If you want to know God, you really want to become acquainted with God, read the Bible. And read it to know what it says. If your nature leans more to apologetics, study Romans. It's a great book explaining the plan of redemption, who God is and why he does what he does and who we are before him. It's a difficult read. It does require honest study, but very rewarding. If you want to look at the account of Jesus as a historical event, I would suggest Luke. Luke wasn't an eyewitness, but he investigated for his writing from people who were eyewitnesses and compared notes, and he's very technical in reporting the events. William M. Ramsay, an archaeologist in the 1800s, went to the Middle East for the sole purpose of destroying the credibility of Luke. He picked Luke because Luke was very technical, specifying places and times quite precisely. Ramsay spent 10 years in his investigation and came back to the utter disgust of his associates a believer. His statement was that not only is Luke accurate, but he's an excellent historian in that he gives a lot of space to things that are important and not much space to things that are not important. If you have more of an emotional bent, if you want a complete picture, you want to feel it emotionally as well as intellectually, read the Gospel of John. But in all cases, study the Bible to know what it says. Don't study the Bible searching for things that you can call errors. Don't study the Bible as the so-called critical scholars. I mean, the method is in the name. Studying the Bible to see if and where you can find supposed inconsistencies. And then if somebody explains those inconsistencies in a way that they're not inconsistent, you say they are not scholarly. Don't do that. The so-called critical scholars who believe they have the real handle on meanings in the Bible, first of all, assume that the Bible is not univocal. That is an assumption that does not come from reading the Bible, but is imposed onto their reading the Bible. Don't do that. The only reason you would make that assumption is if you want to be critical of the Bible, if you want to destroy the authority of the Bible going into your study. If you've seen my posts here, when I find a difficult passage, that is, a passage I don't understand, I go in for more study, and with the internet you can do that. You can look at the original language, you can look at other places that word is used in the Bible, you can see what other scholars say about it, and you can make a decision and do that. Read the Bible, read what it says, and don't be intimidated by critical scholars who believe they are the gatekeepers of understanding. Remember, in Jesus' time, there were the scribes and the Pharisees who were the same. And Jesus called them hypocrites and whitewashed sepulchres. Read the Bible, read what it says. The Bible will speak to you. If you want to listen. If you want to listen.